Welcome into episode 8 of Ozarks Gambling Gurus. Back and recharged and refreshed after a week off last week. I'm Scotty P, joined by Murph, Danny Handpay. Guys, how you doing?
Good to see everybody.
Good, Scott. Good to see you guys.
Good gambling stories after the last couple weeks so we can share or not?
Well, I'd like to give a shout out to my wife. She's watching us live tonight from Las Vegas. She went out to go to the Sphere to watch The Wizard of Oz tomorrow. So,
wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So I told her
it's a great show.
Yeah, there's no VGT machines out there, so I'm not sure she'll play anything, but hope she hits a big jackpot.
She'll have a good time out there, yeah. So our lineup tonight, we're going to talk to Madden Murfin. If the name sounds familiar, she is the daughter of Murph on here, and she is leading the Ozarks Gambling Gurus Listener League in fantasy football. So we're going to find out her secrets. She is 10-2 with a team called Lad and Bougie. We'll have to ask her about that name. Ahead of Skull and Bones, her father, who's 9-3. Team Danny Handpay 8-4. I'm down there a ways with I'm at 5-7. So not a good start, but we'll talk to Madden here shortly. And then Jay Osborne, our buddy, the longtime Nixa/Catholic, now at Greenwood basketball coach, who is a craps aficionado at Downstream. I can't recall a time I've been there that I haven't seen Jay. It's probably the same for you guys, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Used to play a lot of poker with him, but I think he graduated to craps, so I don't see him as much as I used to.
We're going to talk to Jay around 9:15-ish about craps and the ins and outs of that. You guys have some questions about whether that's rigged at Downstream, correct?
Well, Jay will have some questions that we'll need to get the answer for us.
If craps is rigged?
Yeah. Did you say loaded dice maybe or something?
I've heard some people, and we'll get Jay's opinion on that. I've heard some people claim the dice down there.
Oh, shit. No. No way.
Now, these were people that did not win, correct?
Exactly, yeah.
Exactly.
Imagine that, somebody complaining that something was
rigged. I do have craps questions for Jay we'll get to after a while. So.
I did manage a trip to Indigo, a brief one here in the last couple of weeks, and played your Silvadar game, and that thing is crap.
I thought you were never playing it again.
I wasn't going to. Then I remembered your advice, and I went back, and I've never seen a game that literally you can play probably 15, 20 spins in a row and win absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, that 21st spin, you may hit a big.
That's the one.
That's what they're counting on, and I'm done. I'm walking away from it at that point.
How much are you paying per spin, Scott?
60 cents.
You gotta up that. Nobody wins at 60 cents.
Well, I mean, does that matter, Dan? How much I'm betting?
Well, I mean, the problem at 60 cents, even if you hit a reasonably good pattern on that, you're going to win $5. You know,
what's wrong with that?
Well,
nothing. It's great if that gets you.
I fall into that category of people that go in there trying to minimize the damage as opposed to come back a big winner. And I've got to break that mold somehow. If I'm going to break out of that, what do I need to take and just say this amount is going down the tubes tonight, and it doesn't matter what happens?
Here's the mindset, and get this through your head. I try to tell everybody. Take $1,000 and try to make 100 instead of taking 100 and trying to make 1,000. If you change that mindset, it'll change your game.
So can I kind of dumb that down to take 100 and try to win 10?
You're gonna drive an hour down 44 and try to win on $100. I mean, if you
I would rather go across the border and December 1 not have to go across the border and bet on a football game that's going to last 3 hours instead of doing something I'm out of money in 10 minutes.
You got to give them a chance to win, though.
See, you guys, I mean, Danny Handpay there goes down and comes back with 15 grand every time. He's got a
That's not true.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll talk to Madden and Jay about that. And a couple notes before we get to Madden, our first guest. Wanted to let people know there is a new gambling-centric radio station now in Springfield. It's 102.1 FM, The One. And pretty neat programming. It launched yesterday. It's going to have a combination of Westwood One football broadcast. That means Sunday night football, Monday night football, Thursday night football. You'll be able to hear that, the radio broadcast of it. When the Chiefs are on one of those night games, you'll be able to get the Westwood One broadcast if you're not a Mitch Holtis fan. Going to carry the Cardinals on that station, the Blues, St. Louis Blues. I know, Murph, you like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Be able to hear Blues games. And then during the day, they've got Jim Rohn's show. There's news coming of a local show. We won't spill the beans on that quite yet. But then also, most of the programming is the Vegas Insider Sports Network, which is VSiN. And if you are on YouTube TV, DirecTV Stream, most of the TV platforms, VSiN has a network on there. So you can watch the shows. This is the audio version of those shows. So if you go onto your iPhone or your Android into the App Store and download the 102.1 The One, and it's spelled WON. It's play on the betting side of things. The app's got a listen live button and a watch live button, I believe, that's the VSiN app that has watch live as well. But the listen live, and you'll hear that programming wherever you are. So, the signal's 5,000 watts. I live in Nixa. You can hear it good and strong in Nixa. You can hear it down into Branson. Going the other way, you can hear it toward Aurora. The Jock 96.9, where I used to do a show, I would lose it sometimes on Highway 65 near Reliable Toyota. and that shouldn't happen on a Springfield radio station. So it's going to be nice to have a full power signal and programming. So if you're a gambler, right now the morning programming especially from 7 to 9 is a lot of good nugget stuff on football and baseball and everything else. I like it from noon to 1. John Hansen, he was the guru of fantasy football on the Sirius XM Channel 87. He has a prop points show from noon to 1. It's really good. And it's basically fantasy football, but on a betting standpoint. I really like Xavier Worthy to go more than 3 catches, things like that. So
we're only, I think we're only 46 days away from December 1st, something like that.
Yeah.
We're getting closer. So
looking forward to it. And that'll be fun. And the ability to just sit in our living rooms, our basements, our recliner, and pull out the phone and do live betting in game. From that point on, it's going to be interesting to see how that pans out. Murph, your daughter, it's 9:08. She's joining us now.
Okay.
We'll add her. Do you want to say anything to your daughter about being late to the game or not?
Is she late? Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Hi.
She's
So
usually
sorry.
on time.
I didn't know I was supposed to hit enter studio.
You are Murph's daughter.
Yeah, I am, unfortunately.
Well, let's just
Sounds
get
more
all
like
that out of the
Montgomery.
way, from the beginning here. Madden Murfin joining us. What is life like growing up Randy Murfin's daughter?
It's a lot of gambling,
Okay.
a lot of football, a lot of cussing. Those are the top 3 I can think of.
Top 3.
And you have to be a Raiders fan, right?
Yes, I do.
Did you have any chance not to, or to be anything other than a Raiders fan?
I don't know if I ever had the chance to, but I wouldn't change it. So,
Atta girl.
There you go. What's your favorite thing to gamble when you go to the casino?
I do slots, unfortunately.
Dan,
There
after
you
your own heart.
She's a good girl.
Why is your dad not good at slots?
I don't know. I think I got my grandparents' luck and maybe he didn't.
Really?
Well, I've hit a few good ones. I just try not to play them.
Yeah. So, we were talking before you came on about the Ozarks Gambling Gurus Listener League. You were atop the standings in the Fantasy Football League with a 10-2 record. Lad and Bougie. Tell us more about the name of your team.
I always like to make my team name something sort of funny. And there were a couple I was deciding between, but based on the crowd and the people in the league, I went with something a little easy.
And you are the only female in the league. That's got to be a badge of honor, isn't it? That you're leading.
Yes, it is. And
we all like to thump our chests and say, "Oh, fantasy football, girls can't play. They don't know what they're doing." And you're sitting here at 10-2 in the league.
yeah, somehow I will mention my roommate and my boyfriend because they did it with me, and they'll be mad if I don't say that they helped.
So this wasn't entirely your doing.
It wasn't entirely, but every person I chose was up to me. They were like, you could do this or this or this. So really, I will still take all the credit.
I think you come
Quarterback.
by it naturally.
I
Yeah.
think I do.
Baker Mayfield, your quarterback, he's been awfully good to this point, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
And Rico Dowdle, that's been lightning in a bottle the last 2 weeks for
It
you.
really has. I mean, he's popped off, and I don't know where it came from, but that's okay with me.
Quinshawn Judkins too. And I mean, you've hit all the right buttons on. I'm looking at your lineup, and all these guys, are having great years, which is why you're 10-2. Did you draft all these guys? Did you pick up Rico off the waiver wire? When did you get him?
Honestly, I don't really remember. I don't think I picked him up off of waivers, though.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure I also have Chuba Hubbard in there. I have 4 leagues, so I can't keep them all straight, honestly.
Wow. 4 leagues.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. What do your friends think when you tell them you're in 4 fantasy football leagues?
Well, I'm in another league with all guys. I won that one last year, so that made me feel pretty good to beat all the guys. I'm in another league with all girls with my sister and her friends, and then I'm in a family league. So my guy friends are pretty impressed whenever they know that I can win a fantasy football league.
Impressed, or does that turn them off?
I would hope it would impress them.
I mean, have you thought about asking us to kick your dad off the show and you come on and take his place as the Murfin on this podcast?
I think I'd do pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, she's better at slots and better at fantasy.
What about poker? Do you play poker?
No, I don't. I've played a little, not ever in the casino. Like on my phone, I'll play. We used to play something on our phone a while back. Me, my dad, and my sister used to do it. And like sometimes I'll get on and just play random apps that are just fun for poker, but I don't think I could ever go sit there and do it in a casino.
When
Matt,
did you
go to downstream, what's going to be the first machine you go to play?
Honestly, I walk around until one just catches my eye, and most of the time that works for me.
What age did you? I mean, were you 18 when you first went down there?
Yeah, I went for my 18th birthday, and my grandparents came, and I don't know if it was my 18th or my 20th. I think it was my 20th. My grandparents came and they were helping me a little bit, and that was my first jackpot of 2,400.
Nice.
When did you play your first fantasy football league?
I don't know what year it was. We always did a family one, a big Murfin family one. I think in high school we might have started that. And then after that, I mean, my sister clearly was always in that league as well. And her friends wanted to start a girls' league. So they asked me, and I was like, yeah, sure. And it's funny because all of them always ask their boyfriends for help in that league, which in this league I did get some help. But in that girls' league, I always do it myself. So I feel pretty accomplished, but I've never won that one.
Who was your first favorite football player and who is now?
I know who it was.
Oh gosh.
I know who it was.
What's his first name? His last name's Bush.
Michael Bush.
Yes. And I got his autograph at a Raiders game in Wisconsin.
In Green Bay. Yep, that's right.
Is that why? Because you met him, or?
No, I couldn't tell you why he was my favorite, but I had a jersey and we were staying in the same hotel. So we met a bunch of Raiders players actually, but he was walking by and we were flagging him down, but we had to stay in this certain gated area, and I flagged him down and ran out of the gated area, and some lady started yelling at me, and he was like, "This is my girl. I got to sign her jersey." And so he signed my jersey for me.
Wow. And what about now? Who's your favorite now?
Oh gosh. That's
Max.
a tough one.
It's got to be Max.
Max is high up there, and I love our punter and our kicker as well, honestly.
Nice. How do you feel about the Chiefs?
Don't hold
I
back.
have some choice words. I would say I have the same opinion as my dad.
But you don't express it on social media, correct?
Sometimes I will.
Yeah.
So on my Instagram, sometimes I will. My boyfriend told me he'll never go back to Arrowhead with me after last year's game. I had some choice words with an old man. So yeah, I don't think I should go back there. It just gets worse every year.
So
I told you that.
There is no chance then of basically you two going on Jerry Springer and him saying you are not the father, right?
No.
Randy, is this your closest chip off the old block or not?
Yeah, Lakin's so busy having kids now. I mean, she's a Raider fan too, my oldest daughter. But Madden probably doesn't even know who Jerry Springer is. But
I do. It comes up on my TikTok.
okay, good. Yeah, but no, yeah, she's a chip off the old block.
Yeah.
Hey, Madden, if you're walking around downstream watching people play slot machines and you walk past Scott and he's betting 30 cents a spin, do you slip him a few bucks to help him out or just laugh and keep walking?
I laugh and keep walking. No one's getting my money.
What is your typical, your typical pull? How much?
Well, it depends if I'm up or down.
Okay.
But normally I go in there, and if I'm sitting on like just a regular $1 machine with the 3 little column things, not the all sparkly fancy ones, because I play both of them. But if I'm on a dollar one, I'll bet $3 on a $1 machine, and the other ones I kind of just go back and forth, honestly. And if I'm down, I won't bet as much, but if I'm up, I get up to betting maybe $10.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much do you like to go there and say, this is what I'm losing tonight, I'm okay with it?
Like the amount?
Yeah.
Normally I'll only take about like 300. I might make a stop at the ATM while I'm there, but normally I go with about 300.
Okay. What's the biggest winning night you've had down there?
It was actually a couple months ago. I went to Indigo, and were you there, Dad? Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
And it was me, him, and my boyfriend were there, and I hit a couple of jackpots that night and walked home with 5,000.
Nice.
And I think I had taken maybe $500 with me that time, but I feel like that's a pretty good profit.
Does your
Yeah,
dad
I
ever
played-
ask you for money on those nights whenever?
He does. And I have given it to him sometimes.
I think that was the night I played 16 hours of poker and won 300. She came down for an hour and a half, wins $5,000 and goes home.
Yep.
So growing up Murfin's a pretty good gig for you then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you change anything about him?
No, I wouldn't, honestly. I have the best family.
Do you have any good stories you want to share before we let you go? Gambling
Oh,
stories?
gosh. Honestly, I can't really think of any unless my dad has some that he remembers off the top of his head.
Have you been kicked out of any casinos?
No, I have not. That would be my sister and my dad. I haven't made it that far yet.
Murph, why did your other daughter get kicked out?
Because I guess I can say this. I don't know. I think someone had given her, this was before she was 21, and someone had given her maybe a Murph, a drink. Wasn't me. And her and her friend were supposed to drink it in the bathroom, and they came out and security caught them.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it wasn't me. I was playing.
So it wasn't an upset gambling episode.
No.
She didn't throw chips or anything like that.
Not as good of a story.
So, Madden, do you like your team the rest of the way, or have you peaked too soon in this league?
I don't know. I'm a little worried. I was really hoping I could get the wins last week to stay on the top for the podcast this week, because I was so mad you didn't have it last week and I couldn't have my dad say anything about it. But I'm just hoping I can stay on top or close to it.
Well, your dad actually is the one who canceled last week's podcast.
Of course. He never told me that.
Remember that, Dan? He said, let's take a break this week.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to get closer. I mean, I'm in second. Did you mention that? I'm right behind her.
He is in second.
Yeah.
I'm a game out.
And you're still leading. I mean, did you think, so last week you were undefeated, right?
No, I got my first two losses, I think in the second or third week, I got my first 2 losses.
Okay.
So I've just won since then.
All right. Well, good luck the rest of the way. And if you win the league, we'll bring you back and you can gloat over all the men in the league and tell them.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's exactly what I want.
You got to be a Baker Mayfield fan the rest of the way, don't you?
Oh, I am. I am all the way.
Do you have a college team?
No, I don't really watch college.
Okay. Well, December 1, when the sports betting apps are live in Missouri, will you partake, or do you think you'll just stay at the casino side?
I unfortunately think I'll partake, and the casino probably won't see me anymore because I'll be broke.
Okay. All right.
What's ahead of you.
Thanks for joining us. We'll bring you back later in the year and keep being a Murfin, okay?
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye, man.
I like her, Randy.
Hey,
No,
I told you.
I mean, she's got a lot of your characteristics.
Yep.
Yeah. And
lucky girl.
Obviously, the gambling thing was instilled at an early age, right?
Yep. Yep, she knew what she was getting into.
Hey, if you guys will notice, all three of us have daughters that people like more than they do us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
I have 4 kids like that that that's just part of being Purrier, and they get the same thing, Murph. I'm sure that Madden gets is, oh, are you? Yeah, yeah, I
So
am.
and so. Yep.
Yeah. So, did you guys hit any casinos since our last show or not?
I haven't. I'm still in volleyball season.
I had a little reunion with a bunch of Ozark guys down in Pontiac, Missouri this last weekend.
How'd that go?
Medeiros. It was a good time. We always have a good time. About 10 or 11 of us, I think, came out this year, and it's just we have this horse racing game, across the board, across the line is the name of it. And we're usually and so we usually get in and play it for dollars, and so you can buy in for about 100, and it's a good 10 hours worth of laughing, drinking, and gambling. And so we usually do that, and then we go to Jeff Hyatt's. You remember Jeff Hyatt?
Yeah,
Basketball player for Ozark. He has a lake house down in Pontiac, and there's a cool brewery right by his house. So we just go back and forth between those two, watch football all weekend, and it's a good time.
I thought Rusty did a really good job at the Hall of Fame as well too. Jay, you got a little concert going there or what?
I'm watching my favorite show.
Okay.
I thought we had Jay Stevens back on.
Yeah, well, when Rusty has a microphone, you get nervous a little bit,
Right.
and I thought he did a good job. But Jay, you were there, weren't you? The Hall of Fame banquet.
Yeah, it was really nice. You did a good job. It was entertaining, short and sweet. Yeah, it was good.
Well, we wanted to bring you on and talk about your second favorite thing, maybe your favorite thing, playing craps. Have you kind of taken there they are. He's got the dice with him. Let's just get right to the point. There may be some guys on here, not me, that think that the game is rigged at downstream craps. Is that true or not? The dice are loaded?
Well, when I lose, I feel like that it is, yes. But the few times I win, it's awesome. But
yeah,
the dice are weighted on the 6 and the 1.
Are they? Yeah. How did you get into craps? When did you play it for the first time, and what got you started?
I was in Las Vegas with my brother years and years and years ago, walking down the street, and it was on Fremont Street, and we walked by the Las Vegas Club, and the dealers were standing there. They had a craps table about 10 feet inside the door there, and they invited us in and basically taught us how to play for 50 cents a piece. And I was hooked from the beginning.
What do you like about it?
Well, I like winning.
Yeah.
Probably the best thing, it's like any gambler. I'm too competitive. I used to really like playing poker, and then I ran into sharks like the guy on your screen here. So I gave that up. He just kept digging into his pocket for more money and running me off the table. So I've been playing a lot of craps past couple of years, and it's one of those games that is extremely exciting, and it's also very depressing. So,
well, and I've always heard, and why I've stayed completely away from it is, it's the one table game there that you can win money the fastest and you can lose money the fastest. Is that accurate? Unless you're playing poker with Murfin, yes. Okay.
Shit.
Yeah. I'm going to rip on him for a minute. Hey, no, you're right. It goes very fast, and here's the problem. When I first started playing it, I could take a few $100, $300, and go play for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and have a good time. Now that I've gotten my gambling has gotten more addictive, I take more money, so I can either win a lot more money or I can lose more money. So
now, if you stay away, and I'm being serious on this question. If you have enough discipline to stay away from a lot of the center table bets, craps is a game you can make your money stretch out a little bit, right?
Yes, you can.
Pass line 6 and 8, right? Pass line 6 and 8. Is
Yeah.
that the
You know,
standard?
I even stay away from the pass line most of the time anymore.
Okay.
I'm pretty much into just place bets because they're
Okay.
not a contract bet. You know, the place bet is non-contracted, so you can pick it up or call it off at any time. The pass line and the come bet. When I first started, I played that all the time, but now, you know, that's a contracted bet and you can't touch it. So to me, that's more of a house edge. But I pretty much just play place bets now.
So
You don't
somebody
play
I'm
you
sorry, go
don't
ahead.
oh, you don't play the alls, talls, and smalls. I mean, that's my favorite.
Well,
bet.
we can get into all the bad stuff I play. Yes, I play I play the high low. I play the horns. I sometimes throw some money on the hard ways, and I play those stupid one roll bets. But you
So
know
I would say,
what happens is a friend of mine rolled 3 12s in a row for me one time, and I parlayed each one of them, so it won me about $1,200. So,
There you go.
so I will
you
just
know,
say that I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about
Oh,
now.
no.
Like a lot of people maybe that will watch this. For somebody like me that literally walks as fast as they can past the craps table to get to something that's not as scary, how would you recommend somebody get started playing craps? I mean, what should they stand there and watch for an hour and then play?
I would go to YouTube and watch a couple videos on beginning crap strategy.
Okay.
That's about as simple as, again, 10 minutes. You can.
Hey, here's what he really wants to ask you. Can he go there and make a 20-cent bet like he does at the slot machine?
They don't take change on the craps tables. No change bets.
No quarters.
No quarters or
No,
dimes.
no, there's no silver on the table. No, there's not.
What would you recommend, Jay, for a beginner in terms of money to be prepared to lose at craps the first 2 or 3 times they go?
Are you trying to impress a female or are you by yourself?
You're just by yourself.
I would take $200 to the craps table, to a $5 or $10 table, and I would play the pass line and play two other numbers. Pick your favorite numbers, 4 or 5 or 6 or 8. 6 or 8 will hit more sometimes.
Now, what is the pass line? Explain that.
So the pass line is when somebody first gets the dice to roll, you put money on the pass line. You know, like a $5 table, you put $5. If you roll a 2, 3, or 12, you lose. If you roll a 7 or 11, you win. If you roll a 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, that becomes the point. So now you're trying to roll another, like say you roll a 10, you're trying to roll another 10 before you roll a 7. It's that simple.
Okay.
Tell us what those numbers pay, Jay.
The 4 and 10 on the pass line will pay even money, but you put odds behind the line. So like if your table, like downstream has 10 times odds. So if you put $5 on the pass line, you can put $50 behind, 10 times odds. And the 4 and 10 will pay 2 to 1. The 5 and 9 will pay 3 to 2, and the 6 and 8 pay 6 to 5.
What's the most you've ever seen somebody win on one roll?
$32,000.
Wow.
And it was my roll. It was my roll, and the guy beside me, he was a criminal defense attorney out of LA. I was at the Cromwell and rolled for 52 minutes.
Wow.
I won.
How much you get tipped? How much surely they tipped you.
That cheap bastard tipped me $200.
Well, I mean, you got tipped. I mean, that's not
I
bad.
did. He was nice. Yeah. I had fun. His son was with him. His son was about 22 years old. His son won about 14,000. He won 31, maybe 32,000. And I won about 3,500, 3,400, something like that.
What determined who throws the dice?
It just goes around the table clockwise.
Okay.
They just start, and when you 7 out, you know, craps players are like most sports people. They're, you know, poker players or slot players, where they're very superstitious. Anytime the drink girl comes around, people are calling their bets off. Anytime there's a stick change, people call their bets off, and the dice go off the table, they call their bets off. It's very superstitious. But you know, the thing I love about it is I've met multiple people down there, become really good friends with a couple of them. We vacation together now. But I met them at the crap table, and you know, when the table's hot, everybody's winning. It's a lot of fun.
Well, it's definitely the loudest table when you walk into a casino. It seems like that's where the most fun and excitement's happen because people are yelling.
Right? Not at downstream lately, but yeah, most casinos it is loud. Yeah.
Hey, if you walk by a table and somebody says they're on a heater, what's that mean?
That means you need to stay away and keep walking because you're going to jinx them. So don't touch the table. Don't say anything. Stand off to the side and just watch. Oh, that just means they've been rolling for a long time. And, someone can have the dice a really long time and they can still roll sevens. But if they roll the 7 when the puck's off, when there's no point established, then they can roll a long time.
Yeah.
So
one of the things about blackjack and why I don't sit down at tables is because somebody who doesn't know what they're doing can really mess things up at a blackjack table. Can they do that in craps?
Oh yeah, there's an old lady named Wanda. One time I was on a really good roll, and she walks up to the other end of the table, and as I'm throwing the dice, she drops her little mini purse that had her player's card attached to it on one of those bungee cords.
Yeah.
And I 7'd out. Wanda. We called her a few different names that time, so we weren't very nice. But she can't be throwing stuff on the table when your mail will roll. So
help me, Wanda.
So
hey, if and I've played craps with you a few times, and I always ask myself this, and I never do it myself. When you hear so many people lose playing craps, why don't more people play the dark side or the don't pass?
that's a great question because it's no fun.
That's
correct.
You're betting with the casino, and when you walk into a casino, you want the casino to lose. And I know that doesn't happen very often, but
take 20 seconds and explain what that means.
Well, I mean, anytime I'm driving down I-44, I know I'm going to win.
I'm talking about the pass and don't.
Oh, the pass, don't pass. I thought you meant about being competitive, trying to take down the casino.
Yeah.
I still think the India casinos, I still think they're mad at General George Armstrong Custer because they're getting back at us. So I know it's not PC to say, but okay. So the pass line is you're betting against the casino. You're thinking that someone's going to roll your number before they roll 7. If you bet the don't pass, you're betting that someone's going to roll a 7 before they roll the point.
And it pays less than the pass.
What's that?
If you bet that way, the payouts are less.
Oh yeah. It's all the odds are upside down.
Yeah.
You've got to put $50, you'll win on a 410, you'll win 25. So
and you don't have anybody to celebrate with, and you're getting the stink eye from everybody else at the table. So
there's nothing more enjoyable than watching the 78-year-old man who's played this forever play the don't. He doesn't talk to anybody. He doesn't yell and scream. He never celebrates. But there's nothing more enjoyable than watching him lose about $2,000. That means the table's doing very well.
It's been a good night, yeah.
It's been a good night, yeah.
What would you recommend bet amount for a beginner when they?
For all you young kids out there, I would recommend you don't start gambling at all. Here's how I justify it. I don't golf. I don't fish. I don't have a boat. I don't have a lake house and don't want one. I don't do anything. I coach basketball. I go to school, and other than coaching, I gamble just a little bit. Not much, but I gamble a little bit. I've got my limits, but it's entertainment. It's no different than somebody spending $20,000 on Chiefs tickets and the suite and all that stuff. So to me, that's a
real waste of money.
Well, I mean, I don't know how the Chiefs play a whole game without getting a flag.
It's it's your guilty pleasure, isn't it? Basically.
Well,
yeah. And I've never noticed, but is Downstream the only one with craps tables, or do the other area casinos have?
No,
craps?
there's one table in Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Okay.
It's limited though. I think it's really only open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, maybe Sundays. The beauty about that is you can go over on a Saturday and play a little bit of craps, and then you can walk across 20 feet over to the other side of the casino and bet on college football or pro football. Yeah. So that's kind of neat.
Why does Indigo Sky not have craps?
Well, they did until COVID. When they went to COVID, when COVID hit, they took out their craps table for some reason.
And part of the problem in an area as small as the Joplin area, it's hard to find enough really capable crap table workers because their math has to be sharp and quick.
Is it the hardest one of those tables for the workers?
I think so.
Yeah,
Craps and
there's no
roulette.
doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
When people start doing strange bets like me, like I'll put a $30 Horneye 12, and they've got to do the math on if the 12 hits, how to pay that out. It can get a bit
They might
confusing.
have 12 people on the table all making 2 or 3 bets after every roll.
And I'll say this: the dealers at Downstream, there's a crop of them that are outstanding. They're really good. They're good with people. They're really good with the numbers, and the dice move quickly. There's rhythm to the game. They got some good ones at Buffalo Run, and Pittsburgh's got a few. I like Pittsburgh, a few of those.
River Bend, no craps at River
I
Bend.
don't go to Tulsa. They charge a commission. They charge an ante, which I don't like.
Okay.
I do go to Kansas City some. I like going to the best times I've had in Kansas City were at the Argosy Casino. I like their craps table. They've got a crapless table if you want to talk about crapless. That's a whole different ball game.
Crapless.
Yeah, that means you don't lose on the come out roll. That means they've got numbers 2 through 12 on the table. You can bet on all of them. So.
And why would Indigo not bring craps tables back?
Probably having to hire dealers.
Payroll.
You got to have a crew of 4 or 5 with the rotation. Yeah.
What do you like to play if you're not playing craps, or do you play anything else when you go to the casino?
Well, I'll play my free Q play. I say free, but I'll do that. No, that's about it. I gave up blackjack about 10 years ago.
Jay's got a machine he likes to play down there.
Oh yeah, the Chinese babies or what dancing drums. So yeah, I played those one night, and I was like I hit 4 jackpots for about 6,800.
Wow.
There you go.
Which is really unusual for those machines because they don't really pay out very much.
So you
But
mentioned
I
college
did
football, and of course December 1st, our world changes with online sports gambling allowed in Missouri. Will you? Will that be something you do regularly with college, with NFL? What do you like to bet on with that?
Not very much. I do it just for my enjoyment. Like the last 4 weeks in college football, I think I'm like 8-71. So it's just not very good. I mean, I bet teams I like, and that's not smart. So
Yeah, don't bet with your heart.
yeah, I bet with my heart. I do.
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do just for you, Jay, because you've been a longtime friend to all of us, is with you now at Greenwood and running the Blue and Gold tournament, Murph, Dan, and I are going to set up a table and set up odds for each of the Blue and Gold games and run our own little betting service there. If that's, I mean, you can do that, right?
Well, yeah, we'll have to charge you for that. But we can do that. I think you need to have your podcast out there.
Yeah, it would be good. We need to come live. Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome
on
to
the
set up a
games.
podcast because I tell you, when I was a couple times I was in Vegas, I was down at South Point Casino, which is a really nice casino on the south side of the street. And back then, years back, Brent Musburger had his radio show there.
Yeah,
and that was really cool to just kind of stand and watch, and I don't know, it's kind of neat.
Well, we were talking earlier, that Visa network that's on that new all sports station that was founded by Brent Musburger. Nice. Are you familiar with that 102.1 FM now? That's a new station in Springfield. They've gone to a gambling station, basically.
What did you say that was?
102.1 FM.
Okay.
The one. Yeah.
WON.
WON, yeah. And so what's your favorite casino in Vegas?
For craps or for staying or eating or what? What do you mean, for gambling or?
All of the above.
I'm kind of partial to Caesar's Palace. In 1988 was my very, very first trip to Vegas. And I sat on the front row with my friends Craig and Vic, and we watched KU beat Oklahoma with Danny Manning to win the national title. That's back before March Madness really took off. But I was on the front row at Caesar's Palace, and that was quite an experience. I really loved it. So I'm kind of partial to that. I go back and forth between MGM and Caesar's properties, kind of whatever gives me the better deals. I'm not a high roller, so I don't get a whole lot, but some comp rooms, a little bit of food, and some. That's all it takes to make me happy. So
awesome. Well, your basketball season's about to start. How do the new Greenwood Blue Jays look to you?
Well, I haven't spent much time with them this fall. A little bit, not much. Of course, they all work out on their own, and they work out with workout coaches, and they've been playing in a league, a local league. But from what I saw this summer and some things I've done with them this fall, I really like this group. They seem to be great kids. They're gym rats. We don't have a whole lot of them. I think we're only going to have about 14 players, 9 through 12. But they're quality kids. So I'm looking forward to it.
Good deal.
Be like Hoosiers.
Yeah.
Hoosiers. Jimmy Chitwood.
Jimmy Chitwood playing for Greenwood.
For all you youngsters out there, this number right here, that's a horrible number.
It's a bad
And
number.
never, ever, ever talk about the number 7 at the craps table.
So
Don't
7
even utter
Don't
that
even utter
word.
it.
What
Yeah.
else is bad? Just 7, or is there anything else that's bad?
7
Seven.
is bad. And stick change. I don't like it when they rotate the stick, the dealers.
Very good. Well, Jay,
That's a bad omen. That's like a new dealer in poker. It's bad.
enjoy you coming on with us, and we'll bring you back, talk some more here in a few weeks, okay?
Great. Yep. And I'm dead serious. You guys need to set up a table over there, and
Do the podcast.
I think that would be awesome.
Well, we'll talk about it, okay?
I'm in.
Appreciate it.
Guys,
Jay.
thanks for having me on. And I thought, well, that's nice you've got me on. You had Sean here on, 2 guys who don't know how to gamble. So that's kind of nice. 'Cause I know Sean's background.
Yeah. All right. Take care,
Who
Jay. We'll
doesn't?
see you.
See you, Jay.
Hey, Jake.
Jay Osborne talking craps. The things you guys are saying, and this is not going to surprise anybody. I have no idea what 99% of the stuff you guys are talking about.
Scott, here's what you need to do. I'm serious. Next time, or if we ever go together to downstream,
Uh-huh.
I will take you to the bubble craps. It's what it is, a bubble where people sit around it. It's slow. It's on a screen.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I taught Alicia how to play craps, the quick version, but it's really slow. It's not, you got to get your bets in and you got to have this, and you can watch what every bet pays. You can bet your hard ways and kind of get the flow before you go up to the real table.
So that's
And
like
then-
about what, 4 to 6 chairs around that bubble.
Yeah,
Are they all
about
playing
5 or-
one game or not?
Yeah, they're playing craps, and it's the set dice in the middle. You hit the button, and it'll pop them up. And
It's
I mean,
random.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Not
then when you go to when you move on up to the crap table, I don't know if Jay said this. Stand by the stick man. Get next to him. Tell them you're new, and tell them kind of how you want to bet, and they'll remind you to throw $6 on your 6 or 6 on your 8 to get your max odds. And you'll learn all that. But I would do that first. I would just go to the bubble craps machine and kind of take it slow and cheap.
Well, we'll give that a try sometime. So big thanks to Jay for coming on with us. We'll kind of segue into the sports betting, and then very little fantasy football, because we talked with Madden about that, and she's really good, and I'm not, so we don't want to talk anymore about it. But some of the college football notes, James Franklin gets fired at Penn State after 3 straight losses. I mean, they were number 2 in the preseason poll, and now he's without a job in mid-October. Did that surprise you guys?
Well, in today's world, when you say a guy got fired and you look at how much money he's got, I don't know if fired is more like a promotion.
What do you get, like 68 million buyout, something like that?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to go to practice. He doesn't have to travel, recruit. So I don't know if fired.
And the thing about that, I don't know if the last time that we had done the podcast, if Sam Pittman had been fired yet or not. I can't remember. But, Arkansas cost him his job. And the embarrassing loss at home to Notre Dame was really the final straw. But the 2 games before that, Arkansas fumbles in the final minute of games they have won.
Yeah.
And, I get it. I mean, he's the head coach, but Sam Pittman didn't fumble in those 2 games, and some 18, 19-year, 20-year-old kid fumbled and cost this adult his job. But I guess that's
football.
It shows if you have, and all colleges do to some degree, if your boosters are powerful enough and have enough money, they more or less dictate what happens in your program.
They run the show.
The key word you said there was enough. When they've had enough, that's when things happen.
Yep.
And so that was surprising. The Red River rivalry was not a rivalry at all. OU leads at halftime 6-3. They end up getting beat by Texas, not scoring in the second half. Brent Venables is owned by Sark right now, basically. Mizzou falls at home to Bama, 27-24. 10-point Bama lead with about 3 minutes to go, and Mizzou scores and gets it back again.
Yeah, they had a shot.
Yeah, so I mean that was kind of a, you lost, but you also played Bama right down to the wire. After the year before they just got embarrassed at Bama, like 44-3 or something. Arkansas scared the crap out of Tennessee, 34-31, the finale there. Bobby Petrino's first game as the interim head coach of the Razorbacks. I did my Around the Ozarks Sports Scene podcast last week with Matt Jones of the wholehogsports.com, a guy that's very plugged in, and he thinks that Petrino it's his job to lose. And so, you put 2 and 2 together, and let's say Bobby Petrino gets that job. Guess who his first call is going to be for a defensive coordinator? His son-in-law, Ryan Beard, who is the Missouri State head coach. So if you're Patrick Ransdell at Missouri State, you better have your little short list in your back pocket of what your next move might be.
Yep.
What would you guys do? I mean, if you had a choice of being a first-time FBS head coach, which Ryan Beard is right now, at a Conference USA school, or go be a defensive coordinator at an SEC school that's probably going to pay you 3 times the money, what are you doing?
I think you go, for one thing, if the head coach is your father-in-law, you hope things go.
You slide into that job.
And then you become the head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beard's done a heck of a job. They're 3-3. They were off this weekend. They're in that weird place now with CUSA where they play Wednesday night. So next Wednesday night, they go to New Mexico State. Then they're back home the last Wednesday of the month. I think Florida International comes in. So, but I know there'll be some nervous people in Bears land because, and that's the nature of Missouri State sports. If a coach does really, really well outside of Keith Gutton, you're probably going to lose them. They're going somewhere else.
Yeah, and and there's some high schools in the area that occasionally you'll get that guy that stays for 20 years.
Yeah,
but there's nothing wrong with being to me, a stepping stone school that is very successful, and you help get better jobs for people. I think that's just kind of the, that's the way it is.
Well, they're not getting a job unless you guys are pretty good. Nobody hires a guy that sucks at a place.
Right.
Yeah, so that's a good sign, and that's kind of the thing with the Lady Bears went through that stretch where their coaches were doing really well and then going on somewhere else with Coach Abe and right on down the line. So MLB playoffs, I just looked at the update. Toronto 13-4 over Seattle in the 9th inning. Dan, you had a lock of the night, right?
Well, fine. I put Chat GPT to task today. I asked him what was the best bet in sports for today, and it said take the money line in Seattle tonight in baseball. And they're down 13-4.
Yeah, and of course Seattle led that series 2-0 with Toronto going into tonight. The Dodgers have a 2-0 lead over Milwaukee in the NLCS. Dodgers just look
that game's over.
Yeah, well, I mean their pitching is just ridiculous, and so keep an eye on that this weekend. College football this weekend. Some of the matchups we'll be watching on Saturday. LSU is at Vandy. Vandy is a 2.5-point favorite over LSU.
I saw that.
If you've been in a coma the last 10 years and woke up and saw that, you'd be going, what happened? Yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
Nope.
OU goes to South Carolina. The Sooners are a 5.5-point favorite. Take South Carolina and the points in that one because
they're not bouncing back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they bounce back. I think South Carolina wins that one. A&M at 2:30 on Saturday. A&M is a 7.5-point favorite at Arkansas. A&M, the number 4 team in the country. That's a game that if Bobby Petrino can rally the Hogs and get a win, it's his job. If you beat the number 4 team in the country, and last year they were awful and they beat Tennessee in Fayetteville. So you just never know with that program. Ole Miss is at Georgia. That's number 5 Ole Miss against number 9 Georgia. The Dogs are a 7.5-point favorite. That seems a little high, doesn't it?
I think so, but now that's scary because I was all about Ole Miss, but now the spread's so big. Maybe I don't know.
Something going on there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I had
Tennessee.
my three-team parlay was going to be Vandy, Ole Miss, and Tennessee.
Yeah.
With the upset. So
Tennessee, number 11, is at number 6, Bama. That's a 7.5 point. The Tide are the favorite there. They hate each other. 7.5 seems like a lot of points in a game that there'll be so much emotion, just like Tennessee, Georgia was earlier that went down to the wire. USC throttles Michigan. They go to Notre Dame Saturday night. These are both 6:30 games at Tennessee, Alabama, and USC, Notre Dame. Notre Dame a 9.5 point favorite against Lincoln Riley's Trojans. That seems a little high too to me.
Yeah.
And then Mizzou is a 1.5 point favorite at Auburn. So the Tigers bounce back and are a road favorite at Auburn. So a lot of intriguing matchups. The last one in college football that night, Utah and BYU. Number 23, Utah, 15, BYU. BYU is a 3.5 point favorite in that one. NFL tomorrow night, we got the Steelers and the Bengals. The old AFC North rivalry going there between those two. That'll be fun to watch. On Sunday, Murph, your Raiders are at the Chiefs. The line is 12.5 in favor of the Chiefs. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, Brock Bowers and Jacoby did not practice today, and I've heard rumors that Jacoby could be traded any day because he wants out or demanded a trade. So, yeah, that could get ugly. And I'll be coming back. I'm actually going to be in Iowa at Kinnick Stadium for Iowa-Penn State Saturday night. So we'll be coming back. I'll be in a van load of Chief fans. So that won't be a fun ride home. So
that's your dream, isn't it?
Yeah, I may Uber home from Iowa City.
Is that the one that you wake up in a cold sweat from nightly?
Oh, yeah.
In a van full of Chiefs fans?
Yep, trapped with a bunch of dumbass Chief fans.
They may leave you up there, Murph.
They might. I'll come closer to that.
Or here, beat up him, and they throw you in the middle of the deal. So, NFL, kind of a mediocre slate this weekend. Other games of interest: the Eagles are a 1.5 point favorite at Minnesota. Vikings coming off their bye. The Colts visit the Chargers. Chargers are a 1.5 favorite there in
That'd be a good game.
Kick. Colts have been a surprise, haven't they?
Man, yeah, they're solid.
Danny Dimes getting it done.
Looking good.
Sunday night football is the Falcons at the Niners. The Niners are just beat up all the heck. They're 2.5 point favorites nonetheless at home. And then we got the dreaded Monday night doubleheader again. 6 o'clock, the Bucks at the Lions. Tampa Bay is a 5.5 point dog.
That's a good game.
Mike Evans may be back for Tampa, but they've lost Egbuka for it looks like for a week or two, and Chris Godwin's not ready to play. So receiving core for Baker is not going to be stellar. And then the nightcap on Monday, Texans at the Seahawks. Seattle is a 3.5 point favorite. That's a 9 o'clock kickoff. I will not be making it past halftime that one. So tough to watch. Fantasy football, everybody's hurt. That's all you need to know. Like I said, Mike Evans is back, they think, this week. CeeDee Lamb may be back.
I've got Bucky Irving. He's going to be out again.
Yeah, Bucky Irving's still out.
Bucky Irving's out.
Yeah,
I get CD back in one league, so hopefully.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting to see how that if CD bounces back and messes up what's been going on with Pickens, because he's been really good for Dak, and then the tight end's been a target hog too.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. So, guys, that was fun. Enjoyed meeting Madden Murfin.
Yeah,
it's hard to say. She definitely is Randy's daughter. You can tell right off the bat, and Jay giving us some great advice on the craps. Let's do it again next week, okay?
I got one thing to say real quick about a poker tournament starting Tuesday, the Run Good. It's a great tournament at Tulsa Hard Rock. Runs next Tuesday through Sunday. Main event's $800. Run Good tourney. So the main event's an $800 buy-in. If anybody's listening and wants to head west, that's a good tournament to go to.
And on 25th, they're giving away a new Ford Monster truck at Downstream Casino.
Not the Ford, the Jeep Bronco.
Don't say it.
Guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Bad.
See you, Scotty.
Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you next week on Ozarks Gambling.